1. Pakistan appears to be least bothered by Afghanistan's recent threat to block Pakistan's trade access to the Central Asian states. GS Paper 2, Bilateral, Regional and Global Groupings and Agreements Involving India and Affecting India's Interests. What is the context about? Islamabad appears least bothered by Afghanistan's recent threat to block Pakistan's trade access to the Central Asian states, if it didn't allow Afghanistan to trade with India, via Wagah border. Pakistan has categorically rejected the demand of Afghanistan that India be made a party to its Transit Trade Pact with Kabul. Pakistan said it would affect the sensitivities on security and other related issues. How deep-rooted is the Afghanistan's problem with Pakistan? In a similar way that all Indian prime ministers have sought normalization of relations with Pakistan, every leader in Kabul has sought cordial relations with Rawalpindi. But Afghanistan's Pakistan problem is larger, more existential and rooted in history. As the successor state to the British Raj in the northwestern marches of the subcontinent, Pakistan inherited the Durand Line. But it did not inherit the British Raj's role as the dominant external power in Afghanistan. Pakistan has sought to convert Afghanistan into a protectorate. No regime in Kabul is willing to turn Afghanistan into Pakistan's protectorate. Not even the Taliban that benefited from Pakistan Army's support wanted Afghanistan turned into a protectorate. What is the importance of Afghanistan-Pakistan Transit Trade Agreement? It is a bilateral trade agreement between Pakistan and Afghanistan has been renegotiated several times. The treaty, signed in 1950, gave Afghanistan the right to import duty-free goods through Karachi. The treaty allows Afghanistan access to the dry port of Lahore, and also access to a land route up to the Wagah border with India. It does not allow Afghan goods to cross the actual border, as the intention of the treaty was to provide Afghanistan with access to the port of Karachi. It was not intended to allow Afghans to use Pakistan as a corridor to India. It does not allow India to use the land route to export goods to Afghanistan either. In return for being allowed to drive Afghan trucks with fruit and dry fruit up to Wagah, Pakistan would be given transit to Central Asian countries bordering Afghanistan, where Pakistani textiles and agricultural and surgical goods have a good market. What actually are the problems with Transit Trade Agreement? Far from being a unifier, the APTO itself has become a point of deep discord. Bitter India-Pakistan relations mean Afghan trucks carrying perishable fruit face long delays on both sides of the border where they must be loaded and unloaded. Afghanistan has threatened that it would cut off access for Pakistani trucks to Central Asia. Pakistan in turn has rejected any changes to the APTO that would benefit India. How India, Pakistan and Afghanistan are trying to get isolated from trade equation among them. India, Pakistan and Afghanistan are moving at a furious pace to cut one another out of the trade equation. India is working on a corridor via Iran's Chabahar port, where goods will go up the land route and connect to the Zaranj-Dilaram highway without touching Pakistan. Pakistan will connect directly to China through the small strip through POK and Gilgit-Baltistan once the China-Pakistan economic corridor is ready, avoiding both India and Afghanistan. Afghanistan too is assiduously cultivating its options to the north, and its position in China's One Belt, One Road plans. The way forward. If anything, all three countries have proven that they can live without improving trade with one another. But what they also need to realize is that they will do so at a cost to their people, amongst the world's poorest. India's insistence on no talks without the end of terror, with no such outcome in sight, may come at the cost of Indian traders and manufacturers. Similarly, Pakistan avers it is protecting its markets from being flooded with Indian goods, when the greater threat in this regard is from China. SAARC cooperation must be leveraged to build greater trade ties. Tapi pipeline project might act as an icebreaker. Such ties and linkages can pave way for future cooperation and collective development.